Alright guys, welcome back to another brand new video. Hope you guys are all doing well, and I know you guys are doing well because man, the Bitcoin price is continuing to go much higher, guys. Okay, we saw a couple of days ago, right, Bitcoin reaching new highs, reaching record highs, and it's still continuing. Today, that continues, okay? The momentum is gaining for Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is still continuing to reach new all-time highs, guys. Okay, so I do want to talk about it, right? So man, it's been a crazy week for Bitcoin, right? It's been a very nice week so far for Bitcoin, reaching these record highs, right? I remember, okay, as we all know, less than a week ago, right, we saw Bitcoin reaching a high of $112,000, okay, and it didn't stop there. Okay, it went to 113 to 116, and then to 117, and then 118. And now today, it's surpassed $120,000, guys. Man, what a crazy week for Bitcoin. This month so far, guys, for Bitcoin, right, this month of July has been amazing so far, right? Q3, this is a great start for Q3, okay? And I told you guys, right, Q3 will be amazing for Bitcoin. But understand, yes, even though, right, we are in fact in Q3, I told you guys this many times, yes, Bitcoin right now is reaching new highs and whatnot. That's great. Okay, it's amazing to see. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? I'm expecting Bitcoin to have some corrections along the way, right, in the next upcoming, few weeks, right? I'm talking, next month in August, even in September, right? I'm expecting to see some corrections happening for Bitcoin because, as we all know, during those months, right, August, especially September, are very bearish times for Bitcoin. And I will talk more about that, right? But yeah, let's talk about what's happening right now with Bitcoin because it's amazing, right? Bitcoin is continuing to reach record highs. Okay, you guys can clearly see that. Okay, surpassing $120,000, fueled by ETF inflows. Okay, we know ETF inflows, okay, have been insane for Bitcoin, right? We know BlackRock have been buying a lot of Bitcoin, as we all know. It's especially institutions, right? Like Marcus Saylor, for example, okay, MicroStrategy. They've been buying a lot of Bitcoin as well, guys. Okay, and they are still continuing to buy more. So the price of Bitcoin right now, okay, $122,000. Okay, we literally just saw Bitcoin reaching 120, then 121, and it just kept going up to 122, right? So man, it is looking nice right now for Bitcoin. It is looking absolutely amazing, guys. This is for sure a crazy week alone for Bitcoin. Okay, it's been an amazing week for Bitcoin so far. For the past few days, it's been absolutely amazing for Bitcoin, right? Like I said, we saw Bitcoin reaching 112, literally the 11th of July, which is only 3 days ago, guys. Okay, 3 days ago, we saw Bitcoin reaching 112. And at that time, it was a new all-time high. It didn't stop there, right? The same exact day, it went to 113 and a skyrocket all the way to 116. Okay, and then the next day, right, we saw Bitcoin reaching 118, 117 and 118. Okay, and we saw it consolidating for a little bit, but then it just continued to go high, 119 to 120. Okay, this is where we are today, 121, right, to 122. Absolutely amazing to see for Bitcoin, guys. Okay, it is looking, absolutely amazing right now for Bitcoin. If we go to the daily time frame, man, it is looking very nice. Okay, we know Bitcoin did have that breakout from that bull flag. And I told you guys, once we actually do see, a breakout from that bull flag, we're going to see Bitcoin skyrocketing. And that's exactly what's happening right now for Bitcoin. So yeah, it's great to see Bitcoin reaching $122,000 for the first time ever in history. Okay, this is truly history in the making right now. Everyone that has been buying Bitcoin for the past few days, right? Everyone that has bought Bitcoin in general, we're all up in profit. Okay, pretty much. Right? So this is a good feeling, right? And I told you guys this, everyone that has been buying Bitcoin and most importantly holding Bitcoin, you're going to be rewarded massively. And it's times like this. This is exactly the times what I'm talking about right now. Okay, we are all being rewarded massively right now. Okay, as Bitcoin holders. So what a great time to be alive, right? It really is, guys. Now, man, the crypto market today looking pretty good. We are up over 3%, right? 3.75%, almost 4%. looking pretty good today for the crypto market. Okay, you guys clearly see the crypto market cap is sitting at 3.82 trillion, so almost up at 4 trillion, which is, always nice to see. But yeah, past 24 hours, Bitcoin is up almost 4%. For the week, it is up 12%, right? Ethereum is up 18% for the week, right? Today it's up over 2%, back at, above $3,000, which is always nice to see for Ethereum. XRP is pumping today. Solana is continuing to pump as well. Doge is pumping, of course. A fair few alts are up over 10%. You guys can clearly see Stellar, XLM. Okay, this altcoin has been pumping for the past few days. You guys can clearly see for the week, it is up 90%. Okay, almost 90%, guys, which is mind-blowing. And today it's up 11%, still continuing to rise. Sui is up 12% today. Sui has been, pumping as well. Chainlink is up 6%. HBAR continuing to pump, right? This, altcoin is also continuing to pump because, for the past few days, this altcoin has been pumping as well. For the week, it's up almost 53%, and today it's up over 15%. So HBAR is looking amazing. Casper, right? Let's have a look at Casper. Where is Casper? Casper's up 4% today, almost back at 9 cents. Still looking pretty good for Casper, right? It's up, pretty much 14% for the week. Not too bad. Altcoins are continuing to rise, guys. Looking pretty good for alts, I must say, for the past few days. So, yeah, the crypto market today is looking pretty good. Still continuing, right, to be in the greens. Okay, and everything is pumping, right? This is beautiful. This is exactly what we want to see. But yeah, like I said, guys, July, what a great start, right? For Q3, we are up over 12% for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, we're up over 21%. So Q3 has been, amazing, right? I do believe Q4 is going to be even better than Q3. And like what I said earlier, I do believe in the next upcoming few weeks and months, we're going to see some corrections happening for Bitcoin. Because like I said, the month of August, which is next month, is pretty, a bearish month for Bitcoin, especially September, right? So I'm expecting, a lot of ups and downs in Q3 for Bitcoin, right? Even though Bitcoin right now is reaching record highs, but you guys need to understand we're going to see some corrections happening for Bitcoin. Okay, it's going to be happening. I'm warning you guys this, right? I do believe August and September, we're going to see Bitcoin having some corrections down to the downside. I'm not saying this to be bearish. I just want to be, transparent with you guys, right? So expect August and September to see some red days, because I do believe that is coming, guys. We're going to be seeing Bitcoin, going down to like 10%, 20%, maybe, right? It's happening. Okay, it's going to be, happen. It's going to happen for Bitcoin. So be prepared for that, guys, right? But, it's great to see Bitcoin skyrocketing right now. Okay, and it's continuing to rise, guys. Okay, 122,500 right now. It's looking like Bitcoin wants to reach $123,000. Okay, so man, it is looking beautiful right now for Bitcoin, right? It really, really is, guys. Okay, but yeah, let's get into these charts. So like I said, guys, right, with this bull flag that was forming for Bitcoin, we did obviously see, a breakout from this bull flag. And I told you guys, right, once we do see a clear breakout from this bull flag, we're gonna see Bitcoin breaking out and of course reaching new all-time highs, and that is exactly, what Bitcoin is doing right now. Okay, so Bitcoin broke out from the bullish flag and did not look back. $120,000 shattered and $130,000 within reach. And that's true, right? $130,000 for Bitcoin is coming. As I've told you guys many times, we're going to see Bitcoin continue to go higher. I literally talked about this in yesterday's video, that Bitcoin will continue to go much, much higher. Okay, we're going to see Bitcoin reaching 120. That's what I said in yesterday's video. And here we are today, literally the next day. And here we are, Bitcoin has surpassed 120. It's now $122,000, right? And guess what? It's not going to stop there. This is just the beginning. Bitcoin is going to be reaching 130, 150, 180 to eventually $200,000 and beyond. I've been telling us this many, many times. And it's going to be happening. So I hope you guys are prepared for this, because it will be happening. So get ready, okay? So yes, $200,000 Bitcoin is coming, guys. So Bitcoin holders, be prepared. This is just the beginning, okay? This is exactly what we have been waiting for. Okay, and I get it. You know, a lot of people right now are excited for Bitcoin. You know, the price has been reaching record highs for the past few days. Okay, but this is just the beginning, guys. Okay, we're gonna see Bitcoin pumping like crazy. We're gonna see some, you know, corrections along the way, but it's still gonna continue to rise. It's gonna recover, right? And no matter what happens, okay, even though we see a lot of ups and downs along the way, Bitcoin will be, you know, reaching $200,000, guys. Please understand this is coming. It's gonna be happening. I truly do believe. Okay, most likely end of this year, 2025, we're gonna see Bitcoin reaching 180 to $200,000. I truly do believe that's gonna be happening for Bitcoin at this point, right? It is looking very, very strong right now for Bitcoin. You know, the momentum is still continuing to be strong, right? It's not losing any momentum right now. You know, obviously Bitcoin has been going up like crazy for the past few days, so it's going to continue, right? And this uptrend Bitcoin has been forming ever since early, you know, 2023 to where we are right now will continue. Okay, and I've been talking about this uptrend for a while now. Okay, so understand, guys, Bitcoin is going to be going much, much higher. The top is not in yet for Bitcoin, right? But understand, guys, okay, Bitcoin versus the US dollar. Okay, so understand Bitcoin is up, you know, 24%, over 24%, while the US dollar is down 14%. Okay, and this is what I always tell you guys, right? You need to invest your money. You don't want to keep fiat. Okay, that is the worst thing that you can possibly do, guys. Okay, inflation is a real thing. Okay, and that's why the rich stay rich. You know, the wealthy people always become wealthy. They're becoming, you know, more wealthier. It's because they are always investing the money. Okay, you guys need to understand, you know, money is a tool in many ways. And in one way, right, people invest it to make more money. They're making their money work for them. Okay, making their money make more money, pretty much, right? You guys understand what I'm trying to say here. So understand you guys need to invest your money. Okay. And that's why, right, you see people buying assets like silver, gold, right? Stocks, companies, okay, bonds, right? Real estate, and of course, Bitcoin. And I truly do believe Bitcoin is the best asset out there if you want to build wealth, not just wealth, but generational wealth, right? It really, really is, guys. We know Bitcoin, maybe you guys don't know, but Bitcoin is the best performing asset for the past 10 years, decade, right? Literally. Okay, Bitcoin has been the best performing asset. Out of all these other asset classes, Bitcoin has been the best one, right? For the past decade, 10 years. Okay, so personally, guys, I would stick with Bitcoin. I would just simply buy Bitcoin and hold it. Okay, if you want to have store value, if you want to beat inflation, you know, not even just keep up with inflation, but completely beat it. Okay, buy Bitcoin. Not financial advice, of course, always do your own research. But if you guys truly want to have store value, you guys want to have wealth, you guys want to, you know, have some type of freedom, you know, financial freedom. Okay, buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the way, guys. Okay, it really, really is. Okay, so like I said, not financial advice, always do your research, but personally, okay, this is why, guys, I've been buying Bitcoin for the past almost 5 years now. This is the only asset that I've been buying. I have never bought any gold in my life, never bought any silver, I never bought real estate. You know, back in 2021, I was going to buy real estate, but I thought to myself, Bitcoin is a much, much, you know, better asset to invest in for long term. Okay, and I truly do believe, and I'm pretty sure you guys can agree with me on this one, that Bitcoin is a much, much better asset than real estate. Okay, investing into Bitcoin is better than real estate. Okay, it really, really is. Research about it, right? But yeah, understand, guys, you know, your purchasing power goes much, much higher when you own Bitcoin. Everything around you becomes much more cheaper, right? You guys would realize that. Okay, so Bitcoin truly does have store of value, guys. Okay, it really, really does. Now, Michael Saylor. Okay, some weeks you don't just hodl. Okay, and obviously I've showed you guys these charts, you know, many, many times. But pretty much, guys, these are the times where Saylor, okay, slash MicroStrategy, right, have been buying Bitcoin. Okay, these yellow circles right, are the times and moments when strategy, okay, market strategy bought Bitcoin, right? Y'all just clearly see that. So this is the power of DCA. Okay, it really, really is, guys. Okay, you simply just want to buy and hold your Bitcoins. Okay, a lot of these institutions, they want your Bitcoins. Okay, they truly do want your Bitcoins, right? So you don't want to sell your Bitcoins, guys. You simply just want to buy and hold your Bitcoins for as long as you possibly can. 10 years, 15 years, 20 years plus, right? And trust me, you would not regret it. Okay. So understand this is actually pretty interesting. So Satoshi Nakamoto, right, the anonymous person that created Bitcoin, and to this day we have no idea who this person exactly is. Okay, it could be a single person, it could be a man or a woman or a group of people who exactly knows, right? But Satoshi Nakamoto currently holds over $130 billion worth of Bitcoin, which would make him, okay, the richest, well, not the richest, the 11th richest person in the entire world. Okay, so that is crazy, guys. Okay, over $130 billion worth of Bitcoins. Okay, we know this anonymous person, Satoshi Nakamoto, holds over 1 million Bitcoins, over a million Bitcoins, right? Which is insane. Okay, and since he is ranked number 11 right now, you know, the richest person in the world. Okay, number 11. Okay, the 11th richest in the world. I truly do believe once we do see Bitcoin going to 200K, right, 300K, 400K, 500K, $1 million and beyond, right? Because you guys need to understand, Bitcoin is not just going to be reaching $1 million. It's going to be going much, much higher than that, right? We're going to be seeing Bitcoin reaching 3 million, 5 million, $10 million, $12 million, and so on, right? And I do believe once Bitcoin reaches these price targets, right, in the $1 million ranges, right, I truly do believe this anonymous person, Satoshi Nakamoto, is going to be the richest person in the world. Right now we know it's Elon Musk, but I do believe Satoshi Nakamoto is going to be the richest person in the world, right? Because these Bitcoins that Satoshi Nakamoto have been holding has not moved, right? So I don't think it's going to move anytime soon. Okay, it's just staying there simply, right? So once Bitcoin does reach, you know, the $1 million milestone and whatnot, right? These price targets in the, you know, $1 million ranges, I do believe Satoshi Nakamoto, this anonymous person, is going to be the richest person in the world, right? So pretty interesting. Okay, pretty interesting. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys for watching today's video. But yeah, it's great to see Bitcoin, you know, finally reaching 120. And not just that, okay, it's beyond 120 now. Okay, it's happening so fast. You know, the Bitcoin price, it's just skyrocketing, right? If we go to the 15-minute time frame, man, it's just been going up like crazy, guys, right? Bitcoin for the past, you know, week, like I said, has just been going crazy. The price just nonstop just keeps going up, pretty much, right? The momentum is there, and yeah, the Bitcoin price is just still continuing to rise, guys. Okay, and I'm expecting Bitcoin to reach 125 in no time, to 130 and beyond. Right, it is coming, so be prepared for that, guys. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys for watching today's video. Give this video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. That is much appreciated. And yeah, I will catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.